So then, ladies and gentlemen, we should be able to come right away after we open our documents. There we are. I have a document like this. This is a great document. So I would want to start with some shortcuts there. I would want to start with some shortcuts here, first of all. So I would want us to move, in this case here, from this double S. I would want us to go to the last cell of this table. The last cell of this table. How do we do it? To go to the last cell of this table, you have got four navigation keys. We have the arrow showing up, we have the arrow showing down. Then we have the east arrow and the west arrow. So four navigation keys will be helping us. So once you click on, for example, one column here, and you would want to go down automatically to see the last. I've seen students trying to do something like this to go to the last. I normally see students doing something like, no, you don't do that like that as a professional. So as a professional, what you shall do is to come and click on, for example, here, and then you simply hit Control down arrow. So you're holding on to Control permanently, and then you say down arrow. So you'll be able to go to the last row. You can see we have 10,000 rows. It's a sheet of 10,000 rows. Those are very, very many rows. So is there somebody who has been able to use that shortcut of Control down arrow? So you're talking of Control. So you're talking of Control plus down arrow. So you highlight, in this case, there's some cell up there, and then you hit, I can repeat, ladies and gentlemen. So if I want still to go back, don't go back by, you get so many guys in this case, you're like now doing like this. Come and spoil your eyes. What are you doing there? Just come and click inside here. And then you say Control up arrow. All right. So then you'll be able to move, ladies and gentlemen. I can see a chart here. Oh, the PP2, it's not there. Have I sent a different one? Okay, sorry for that. All right. So now we are together, all of us. Remember, just like the Excel students that I've been having around, I expect the BDA students to be even better in terms of asking questions, in terms of contributing. We have to really be very good. So then, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us still to practice. I want us to hit here and say Control down arrow. So I would want us to get total sales. Let's try getting total sales down here. The shortcut for getting addition, sum, you don't say equal sum. If you say equal sum and I'm the one who is in that interview panel, for sure I'll say this guy is just going to waste our time in the finance department. He's not a serious guy. So in this case here, shortcut for auto sum, you normally say here Alt, and then you say equals like that. This is the shortcut for auto sum. Shortcut for auto sum. So then I'll be able to come here, ladies and gentlemen, and put it down here. Put the cursor where you would want to put the auto sum here. And then once you put that cursor there, say Alt equals. Now you can see it is highlighting the whole column for you, the whole D2 to D1 up to D, D2 to the whole D up to 10,001. So simply say Alt equals. Alt is very, very near your Windows. It's very, very near your Control. Alt. You go to say Alt equals, and then you say Enter. And then, ladies and gentlemen, now there is a big problem. Now I see a big problem. I see a big problem here. You'll get in this case, ladies and gentlemen, students of CPA. CPA students don't take Excel very seriously. Utakuta mwanafunzi wa CPA, hapa imeandikwa for example, quantity, whatever, jina kubwa, tena hapa imeandikwa for example, whatever name, just a big name. I'm just trying to exaggerate that too, just increase the size. Then I have another one here, for example, whatever name like that. So these names can't fit. And then you get a student in this, not even a student, even a CFO, like I met a boss of mine somewhere. Unampata na kama hata kola moja anaanza kupanua hivi, atigile itoshe. Tena kidogo anapanua tena nakuja. You don't do that. In Excel, ladies and gentlemen, if you want these words here to fit in, what do? You simply highlight the entire worksheet here. Here. You highlight the entire worksheet, don't say control all. You highlight the entire worksheet here. Here. You highlight like that. And then I should be able to go to anywhere in between A and B, in between B and C, anywhere. And then you double click. Once you do that, then all the words in this case here are able to do what here? They're able to fit perfectly. Perfectly. So what have I done, ladies and gentlemen? Remember, these words were not visible. They are hidden. Because we had a bigger word than what here than the cell. Then in this case, you have to solve that problem. You will be able to come here and highlight the whole sheet. And once you highlight the whole sheet, then come here, anywhere in between BC, in between C and D, simply do what here? Auto click. You already click like that. And then this thing will be able, so there is background noise, just a moment. I'm sorting it out. Okay. Yeah, I hope now it's a bit better. All right. All right. For auto sum, all right. I'll redo this for auto sum. I'll redo for this auto sum. Okay. The alt equals, all right. So then what do I have? What do we have here? So let me ask you a very honest question. Now let's discuss this thing honestly. Iko mwanafunzi ambaye amekuwa akipanua ile column. Nitoshe what? Please be very honest with me. If the student who has been doing that thing traditionally, moja. Na hapa ya kwamba sitawairudia. Na hapa ya kwamba sitawairudia. Do you have a student who has been doing that? I did that 7 years ago. All right. All right. We shall overcome. I'm so sure there must be a ninja there who is hiding, who does not want to tell us the truth, but we shall overcome. The most important thing is that now that is something of the past. That is something of the past. Leticia, that is something of the past. That is something. Yeah, that can still work, but you see, just you use the simplest techniques. If you can use the simplest techniques, the better, because again, financial modeling, you don't want complications in between. Of course, you can wrap text there. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. So then I would want us to repeat this concept here. Remember now we are in 10,000 row number 10,000 here. So I'll be able to come and delete this. And once I delete this, then I'll be able to come here, check what I'm doing. I'll simply hold onto Alt. Hold onto Alt. I hope you're able to see, my friend, where Alt is. Hold onto it, and then you say equals. And then you say enter. We are getting 905,702 like that. Please delete that number. Delete that number. Everybody should delete that number. Leave my entire thing perfect. Leave my entire thing perfect without that sum. Yeah, and then we should be able to walk back. Let's walk back, control up. After I've deleted, I just wanted to show you how to sum. Then I would want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to come and click anywhere inside this table. Anywhere inside the table. Click anywhere inside the table. Click anywhere inside the table. Anywhere, it can be even a date. Anywhere inside the table. So once you click inside this table, ladies and gentlemen, then what are we going to do? What we are going to do here, what we are going to do now here is very, very easy. It's very, very easy. Very, very easy. So what we shall do, we shall come here and insert. Insert. So I want us to insert pivot table. See what I'm doing. So I want us to insert a pivot table. You click like that. Click like that. So this pivot table, once I click the pivot table, then I'm able to see a pop-up window. Once I see this pop-up window, select range, already selected. Choose where to put the pivot table. I'll simply choose this, which is there. I'll not even click. It is a default setting. Then I'll be able to come and say, okay. So is there somebody who has been able to do exactly that way? Don't forget to click inside the table, because if you don't click inside the table, then you will be in problems. 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 So somebody, thank you so much. I can see the charts here. Thank you so much. Great. So then what do we want to do? Simply go to these fields. If you go to these fields, we'll be able to see here, for example, we have the sales. This sales is what I would want to evaluate. So come and pick these sales. Pick it up, put it under values, because I would want to evaluate this. Put it there. When you put it there, if your memory is good, if your memory is as young as somebody who is 7 years old, then you'll be able to remember this figure of 905. Are you able to remember this figure of 905? It's coming. You drag, you pick and drag. Don't click, you pick and drag. So for example, I would want these regions to be put here on rows. Regions to be put on rows. Things are happening. Things are happening. Things are happening there. 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 All right. So now I can see this 905 has been split into the various regions that we have. For example, we have East, Midwest, South, West, in the various regions that we have. Ah, great. This is marvelous. This is wonderful. Is there somebody who has been able to reach where Mwalimu has reached? And if you have reached there, I mean, why are you not dancing? Why are you not dancing? Remember us. Brenda's raised her hand. Brenda, that is nice of you. Actually, Brenda, I should be able to give you a present. You are the first student to raise a hand in my class. You must be very courteous. First student. So Brenda, please, Brenda, as you ask your question, I would want to have your number, Brenda, so that I can send something immediately. Would you want me to unmute you and listen to you? Yeah.
Yes, my concern is I'm using I have logged into the meeting via my phone, and therefore I'm not able to find the document that you are using. I'm requesting that sent
No
via
worries.
WhatsApp.
Are you with us in the BDA group?
Yes,
Ah, great. So then once you are there, have you seen some document which has been sent there?
via WhatsApp.
Yeah, because you can easily just hold on to it and then you send it to your email address and then you download from the email from your computer. Can somebody in this case here send this lady this the newest expanded RCM Ninjas Capital to WhatsApp group again? Is there
My
somebody who
number
can
is
do that? No. You will be able to pick it from. Oh, I've disabled share. Oh, I know now that is where the problem is. Who is this who is disabling sharing? Who is this? Sorry, Blender, there is a problem there. There's a problem there. So then I should be able to come here. I should be able to come here. And I mean, where is this thing? Am I not an admin? I am an admin. So I should be able to come here, group permissions. Yeah, can somebody in this case here send to Brenda directly? Or even email address, Brenda would have even been much faster. Because this would mean that somebody saves your number fast. Sorry for that. You mean nobody can share this in the group? Because I can see we have allowed sharing. We have allowed sharing here. Somebody can send a message here. Somebody can send a message here. Somebody can send a message here. Let me just post recording now. Everything is now. So I should be able to come here. I should be able to come here and do what here? Yeah. So I should be able to start. So for me to start, even yourselves, if you want to start very well, what do you need to do? You will simply come here. You will simply come here. Yeah. Like now this is sheet 2. So I don't want to have so many sheets. So I'll simply right click here. I'll simply right click and say delete. I don't want to have so many sheets. I delete. So I come to this PP2, the PP2 worksheet. The whole of this is like a book. Now a book will have very many pages. Will have very many pages. So then come here, click inside. And once you click inside, you are able to insert. Here you will see two things. Don't click on this arrow down. Click on this one here. Click on this one here. So come and click there. A pop-up window comes. Once this pop-up window comes, then you will be able to see selection of the range. This has been selected for me because I clicked inside. Where do you want to put this? In a new worksheet, existing worksheet? I want a new worksheet. I don't even read this myself. I'll simply say, okay. So then what do you want, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here to do? What I would want is to show my bosses how sales is behaving. So come and pick this to the sales, to the value. You drag this down. You drag this down to the value box. And then I would want to drag this to regions here. I can come and put regions like that. And then the last thing that I want to do for tonight, I would want you to fix a pivot chart just out of this the way it is. Please fix a pivot chart. Fix a pivot chart. Come here, click on this, and then you say, okay. You say, okay. So you can see here, nice things are happening. Nice things are happening. Nice things are happening. Now, when I'm here, I can do filtering. I can filter this. So, for example, I could come here and filter this and show my bosses, hey, my bosses, hey, my bosses. Do you want, for example, to just see information about East alone? So I'll be able to uncheck all of them, and then I pick the ones my bosses want. Sales in East. You can now see this has only gone to one by East. Hey, my bosses, what do you want? Even this one table restaurant. Hey, my bosses, what else do you want? There is this field here. Can come and add, for example, Southern Sudan. Say, okay, this comes. East, South. How comes I'm not seeing anybody dancing in my class? I like students, Yeah, Sherry, it's because unfortunately you never followed the instructions very well. I will tell you right now why we have a blank. Yeah, I will tell you why we have a blank. I will tell you why we have a blank. Great. So you see, Sherry, you remember very well, Sherry, what we did, we came here in this PP2. You see, I was able to add. You remember very well, Sherry. Yeah, we went down. After going down, there is something blocking me. We got a total. I just wanted to show you how to get this alt equals, which you did and got this very well. And then we say, don't leave it there because you see now Excel, when you're doing a pivot, it will pick up to 0.2. And this thing is blank, has got so many blanks. So we say, get here and delete. Get there and delete. So you have to redo yours. You must redo yours. But later on, I'll be able to show you like when you change this, when you keep on increasing or even decreasing things, how do you automatically ensure that this and the pivot is very well connected? But that, of course, is at the very end of this particular session, like that. So then after you've done that, Sherry, now you can come anywhere inside here. And then Sherry, now you should be able to come and say, insert. Then you say what here you want to insert. In this case here, a pivot table. It is here. Then you say, okay. Then you come and pick sales. You pick sales here. And then now you are able, ladies and gentlemen, to come and do what here, take the regions here, the rows, like that. And then you can see that 905, I mean, is the one that is being distributed around. And then I simply want you to go ahead, still under your pivot analyze, pick this pivot chart. Pick the pivot chart, like that. Then you say, okay. You can collapse this thing to make this bigger. And then now you should be able to know how to autofill. So you should be able to come and use this. maybe just tick whatever they want. They want east and the south. So go to see this thing now filtering. It's filtering very easily, and also filters here. Thank you. I hope you guys are doing now well, and I hope you guys now will be able to allow me to move to something different. I would have done this thing in a bigger way by, for example, putting in a product, but I'm also not lost to the fact that we have students who are attending this thing for their very first time. You know, we have ninjas here that I've stayed with even for 2 months. Even right now, they think that, Mwalimu, why are you very slow? I have ninjas who have just joined us today. So I just want to take them slowly. And if you don't mind, I'll see. When am I teaching Parkway? We are not yet there. We shall reach there, my friend. Don't worry. Although I like that. I like that kind of a question. It shows enthusiasm. It shows enthusiasm. But also don't underrate this. What I'm teaching you, I'm telling you, is like just Power Query. Once I go to Power Query, it will be just fixing. Like now, given that what this student has asked, allow me to go back here. Allow me to go back there. So when I'm here, I want to go back to these things of mine. They're blocking very bad. The Zoom. So I'll be able to come here. Yes. So in my very first video that I'd given you some time back, if you remember, I showed you guys how to create tables. Is there anybody, ladies and gentlemen, who can remind Mwalimu how to create a pivot table using a shortcut? How do we create a pivot table using a shortcut? Anybody who is able to remember? Even the BBA students who are joining us today, there are some things I mean you guys know. Thank you so much. So remember, I can come here and just say insert. There are many ways. You can insert a table. When I click there, you're able to see the table shortcut, Control T. So insert a table. You can either click there, insert a table. If you click here, insert a table, then what are you seeing? There is a pop-up window. There is a pop-up window. And in this pop-up window, ensure to say that your table has headers, because we have headers, these titles here. Ensure you tick it. Don't leave it there. You leave it there, your table will be funny. Tick it. And then you say, in this case here, okay. So is there somebody who has been able to do that? Is there somebody who has been able to do that? Is there somebody who has been able to do that? And once it is a table, you're able to see these filters. You're able to see these filters like that. All right. So I can't see many responses, you guys. I would want to really have very many responses. The going is awesome. Great. Thank you so much. Great. Doreen, you are a good person because you know how to dance. Most accountants do not know how to dance. You know, I've gotten like, opportunities of going out with my students. All right. So I called them, like the other day, I took some of them to Sarova Stanley. We've gone with some, for example, to Masai Mara. Although whenever I call them, they come very few, right? And one thing I realized, which of course I can't blame them, is that most accountants, they don't know how to dance at all. They don't know how to celebrate. You know, when something good happens, you need to know how to celebrate your milestones. My students, in this case of Excel, you know, this is not you even dancing. Even if your dancing styles are awful, no problem. It's an emoji. It's an emoticon. It shows emotions. So you need to get like a dancing emoji. Yeah. When you understand, you dance. When you're not understanding, you cry. There is an emoji which has got rivers of tears moving down like that. We dance internally. I like that. We dance internally. So I want you guys to do me a favor. And the favor that I would want you guys to do me, I would want you to come and click anywhere here and then use control down arrow. Use control down arrow to our 10,001 row. And then down there, I would want us to get some. Down here, I would want us to get some. So in this case, we shall be able to come and say, do they still remember the shortcut? It's even here. The shortcut for auto sum. It's alt equals. Once you have it here, you say alt equals. Use control down arrow to our 10,001 row. And then down there, I would want us to get some. Down here, I would want us to get some. So in this case, we shall be able to come and say, do they still remember the shortcut? It's even here. The shortcut for auto sum. It's alt equals. Once you have it here, you say alt equals. You are able to see this 905. Beautiful. So get up, get back again. Control up arrow. Get back again. control up arrow, control up arrow. So, and this is something that I've always seen my students doing this in presentations. I normally feel like, at times, because I'm a very good Excel user, there are things I see people doing, and then I wonder, how comes? Where do they study these guys? Because we get now, as somebody once they have gotten, in this case here, they have gotten like now this table here. And then now their boss asked them, in this case here, their boss asked them, what is the total sales for East? Like now here, what is the total sales? So they'll come here and filter. They'll come here and filter. And then they unselect, of course, here. You unselect by clicking there. And then they say East. Okay. So you are able to see, ladies and gentlemen, if I come down here with this, if you remember from your pivot, East sales was 146, 141. East sales was 146, 141. If you remember from your pivot, East sales was like that. If I go back a little bit, my friends, so you get, you don't do it that way. Of course, tables are fantastic. I shall be using tables. They're fantastic. Please, let's come here and filter, remove this filter. Clear this filter. How do you clear the filter? You click on it, and then you'll be able to see here a red thing with red. Clear filter. So you'll be able to come and do that. So if I'm the one making this presentation, my good students, what I will do, I will come and say here, insert. First of all, before I insert, because I would want to insert look at this one. Please highlight where you are seeing one, up there, the top most. So where you are seeing one there, I would want us to add like 10. I would want us to add like 10 rows. Is there somebody who can tell me how I'm going to add new rows on top of that number one? Is there somebody who knows the shortcut for adding new rows? So the video students, you must write this somewhere there. Somebody is telling me to add a new row is very easy. You say control, and then we have shift, you hold on to them down, and then we have in this case here plus, which is on top of what here? On top of the equals. So, but remember, first of all, you must highlight the top row because we want to add new rows on top of it. Then I'm holding on to my control shift and I'll add. So I'll say plus. You can see now things are happening. You keep on saying plus, until you see in this case here, enough space. Now I have enough space up here. I cannot play around with this. So how I wish I would see some students in this case here, especially the ones who are, there are students who are used to, they come and click here, right click. When you right click in this case here, for example, do whatever, do insert. No. That is not a CFO material. You are basically a clerk material. If you are getting a salary of 200,000 and you are still doing that, your boss is doing you a big favor. CFO materials were supposed to be getting 500,000 and above. Those guys do wonderful things with Excel. They do wonderful things in terms of public speaking. They are not, in this case here, cowards. And they ask questions in class. They ask questions in the classes here. We shall overcome. So are we there, ladies and gentlemen, all of us? Have we been able, how I wish I would get someone like Brenda telling me one demo, I've been able to add a new row. Brenda and et al. These guys who are joining us for the very first time, have they been able, like Simon? Thank you so much, Simon. Thank you so much. Naomi has done it. I'm waiting to hear from Brenda. And then remember, I've done it. Thank you very much. Remember, Brenda, in my class, nobody joins my class using a phone. Nobody joins my class using a phone. Do you know why? I'll be calling upon you to make a presentation. You can only make a presentation here if, for example, your laptop is connected with us. Like I would want to see somebody, no, before I go there, let me go back and finish this because time is not on my side. I have another class at 10 p.m. All right. So then once you do that, I would want you to come and click on top. You click here, you click on top. So once you click anywhere inside, there's a gentleman as an accountant, I must be very big on insertion. This insert is actually it's an accounting tool. On the ribbon, I may forget about note, but insert. So I come and say insert. So what do you want to insert? I want to insert a slicer. Which slicers do you want? For example, I want a slicer on regions. I want a slicer, maybe put a sales rep and regions. Two of them, two slicers. Great, 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 great. I can see these salesmen are too many. This will be a bad slicer. This will be a bad slicer. This will be a bad slicer. I don't want it. The slicer only makes sense unless you are asked by a boss here to just pick like you can pick now one. But normally a slicer makes sense if it's able to fit within one schedule here. So I don't want this. I don't want it. Click, delete. Don't want it. So assuming this is a slicer that I would want to work with, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I shall do. This is what I shall do. I shall click on it. You can see as it is only one column. As it is, it's only one column. As it is, it's only one column. So then you need to come and increase the column. You decrease, you click, click, until all these things are fitting on one row. And then once you reach there, now you need to come and resize these. You resize these, and then you come here. You do like this. It's too big. It's too big. So come carry it and put it on top of, put it. Even this one is not at the end. So come here and put it at the top. And ensure that your slicer sits very well on your table. And ensure that your slicer fits very well on your table like that. Brilliant. I'm telling you. So then this guy should come and tell me how much was the sales for East. I'll simply come and they'll think I'm a genius. I'll simply come and click East. So this thing you can see, ladies and gentlemen, East. It's only left with East alone. East alone. So if I go down Kabisa, for East, you can see the figure. Brilliant. So if another ninja, like Indians are very good at teasing people, another ninja will come and tell you, how about Mid-East or Midwest? Simply click that. If somebody wants to know, for example, for two regions, I'll hold on to control. You see, first of all, control basically makes the ball. If you guys are ballers, if you guys watch football, all right, there's a way you can just control things, the ball, at the middle of your legs here. So once you press control, then you'll be able to move and, for example, pick south, and then you release. So now you can see now we have a Midwest and South highlighted. So now if you look at your table here, you're going to see Midwest, and what here, and South. Ladies and gentlemen, if I click inside my slicer, here, I can see there is somebody who's asking a question there. I can see somebody is asking a question there. I can see somebody is asking a question there. So I have to go back and see what this ninja is talking about. Remember, these are RCM Excel ninjas, the best people in Excel in the whole of East Africa. We shall be there, I can tell you. Personally, knowing Excel has taken me to places. I've been able to travel to so many countries because of this Excel. Now did I get to know Excel? It's because I chose to be an Excel champion at my very first employment. I went and stood somewhere and told people, you know what? If you have any problem of Excel, ensure that you are asking me. And then, of course, I enrolled the classes those old days at Sparkmore, those very old days. Like that. And then, of course, I mean, really Excel has taken me to places, has opened doors that would not have been opened if I never knew Excel. So every time I get even my bosses here doing funny things, I tell them, no. I mean, you don't do, and then they, of course, they laugh and then they tell me now. So being an Excel ninja is something that every one of us should be really working towards. And how to become a very good Excel ninja? you guys are lucky. We have what we call a learning management system. This is a learning management system. You have put all the Excel videos there. All right. So you need to just be watching, and then you do what here. You keep on, in this case, you're practicing. Especially for the Excel series that I started with last week. You must be seeing where I'm heading towards. I'm heading towards, by the end of these trainings, especially the students who are really watching those many videos, you guys will be able to realize that all those formulas, they're like one thing. They're like one thing. They're not too many as you guys think. All right. Like right now, I'm now playing around with the pivot charts. I'm playing around with the creation of tables. So I'm not going to introduce very many new things. No, just one area and then you become an expert. Problem. Do you guys have time to watch videos? In your LMS, what percentage is your LMS showing you in terms of watching videos? Where are you? Is there somebody who is still in the 20%? Of course, I keep on adding new videos, but what is your percentage of completion? The video students who have joined us today can't answer that, but I will be expecting you to start answering before I repeat. What is your percentage? PR 100%. Paul Joseph, mine is not calculating percent. I showed you Paul Joseph. If you want it to start showing percentages, then you must click on complete. Whenever you complete watching a video, you click mark complete. You mark complete. Mine is stuck at 3%. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. And then have you realized that in that LMS that if you join for 3 days consecutively, every day you are joining, did you realize it is giving you congratulations? Did you realize it's giving you congratulations message? Yeah, if you join consistently 3 days. Then if you're keen enough, you must have realized that now we have introduced a section where you are able to make your own notes. So we have introduced a section where you will be making your own notes. For example, you can go and ask ChatGPT. Now, how do I do this? How do I do these pivot tables? So ChatGPT gives you the procedure, and then you take that, you put it in our notepad. It's called RCM's notepad. Then once you've been able to put it there, that RCM, now you'll be having all your notes, in this case here, which are now printable, very well organized. So the LMS, we are really investing. Trust you me, if there is anything that has taken our resources, it is that LMS, because we have somebody from Bangladesh who is doing this. It's a team from Bangladesh doing this work for us. And we want to put in an LMS, ladies and gentlemen, that is out of this world. Not even University of Nairobi will be able to have an LMS which RCM has. But now the problem is students do not appreciate it. They're not watching those videos. They're not watching those videos. Yeah, so Eric has been watching and he's still at 0%. Now you've known the reason. Now you've known the reason. Now you've known the reason. You know the reason. All right. All right. All right. And then, of course, now what we are thinking about, there are students who are telling us that Mwalimu would want to access this LMS forever. Now, I sent you, for example, an invoice from our video. The guys who are the ones who are hosting our videos. So this LMS hosting of videos costs about 300,000 a quarter. So then we have to think around how many students in this case will be interested in having, for example, a lifetime, 1 month. Then we come up with some modest fees, which you pay very modest, maybe 500. And then you watch your videos, for example, for 2 months. It can't actually be lifetime. Lifetime will be very expensive. Those videos are very expensive to be hosted. But it's something we should be able to discuss and see around how do we really finance this idea of students being able to watch, in this case, these videos longer. I have to be brutally honest with you. That is the role of a CEO. A CEO has to be brutally honest. Those things are what expensive. The students who are telling us, Mwalimu, leave that thing up to December. That's what an angel told me. At Mwalimu should be able to watch up to December. That thing will really cost us a lot. And we want to mold an organization that will be able to outlive us and assist even the forthcoming generations. So by that, we'll be able to talk about it. But for now, let me repeat this. Yeah, whoever who came up with that LMS is a genius. Of course, it's not us, it is those guys from Bangladesh. They are very, very good. They are very, very good. Very good. Very good. And it's a lady leading the team. Her name is Fatema. Not Fatuma, but Fatema. Very good lady. Very good lady. Very good lady. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then I should be able to come and repeat this slices thing. So no worries. So all of us, when Mwalimu is repeating, we are giving you an opportunity to repeat this thing as well. We're giving you this opportunity to repeat this thing as well. So all of us should be able to come and click inside here. You click inside here, and then you say delete. Click inside and say delete. Delete. We delete it. And then come and click anywhere inside. You click anywhere inside, ladies and gentlemen, and then you say, in this case here, insert. What do you want to insert? You know, I don't need a pivot table to insert this thing, no. Pivot tables are not a must. But it will be very important for us to ensure that this table, this information is in form of a table. So I'm inserting, what am I inserting, ladies and gentlemen, here? I'm inserting a slicer. And this slicer, we have this slicer, like we saw. I would want to work with what here? I would want to work with just regions here. As we proceed, we'll be able to see, I mean, why should not pick, like now you can't pick a slice of sales. It'll be too much information. You know, slices are supposed to be dashboards. They're supposed to be very, very summatives. You should be able to use them to summarize. So like regions are very good. So come here, like that. And then now I should be able to resize this. Before I resize this, please go to the columns here. So columns, I will keep on just hitting until I see all these things are in one row. And then now you do like that. Great. Then remember, before even you start moving it, if, for example, especially ladies are very good at formatting this. Change the color, make this thing look beautiful. Make it look beautiful. All right. You can come and, for example, pick this. Yeah, now you can see the yellows here. All right. Yeah, yeah. So you can do so many things with this. You can see the width here is growing. So what we normally do is to come and, for example, just put it somewhere there, right? And once you are here, now you keep on increasing the width. Although you can also do it manually, you know. You can as well, like now here it can't fit very well. You can come and now fix this manually here, like that. If you feel, for example, like this height in between, all right, is still huge, then you can come, or rather is small or something, you can come and make these things, although that will really be very small. Yeah, like now there. You want to size up things, and the overall height is here. Like now this is too big, the overall height is too big. But come and play around. Yeah, but not too much again. Not too much. You can play around with it. And then you can come and you can come and keep on doing what here. I mean, choosing whatever you want comfortably, like that. Comfortably, comfortably, comfortably. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Done. Okay, great. I would love to do that. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What of us with no connection? Immaculate, you have just joined us, Immaculate. We brought in a new ninja. We had a very young man, to be connecting students to the LMS, and that young man is effective. So I'm so sure by tomorrow, we haven't added him to the BDA group. By tomorrow, Immaculate, you will be the LMS. And that marks the end of my today's session. It has been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, hosting you. Let's make RCM very popular outside there. This is the home of value. Good night. Bye. Eric. BDA is 9,000, Bob. BDA is 9,000 Kenya shillings. And if you have any question, please ensure that you are talking to 0719 525,000. Now, before that, somebody in this case is having a problem with connection. I know why. It's because when you are creating your slicer, you must have forgotten to do what? To click inside the table. Remember, you can't use this inserting ribbon without clicking inside the table. Always. Inserting, you always click inside the table. So then you click insert, and then you go to this slicer. Then you pick the region. Then you'll be able to say, okay, like that. Then we have in this case here, this gentleman who wants to share his screen. Yeah, please go ahead and share. Let me come here. Eric, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Yeah, great. You should be able to join BDA. It's good. You'll be surprised. The best. Yeah. So click inside the table. It's okay now. Great. Inside, you haven't clicked inside the table. Have you clicked inside the table? Yeah, great. Anyway, great. So insert. So the slicer. I'm so sure when you are downloading that file, when you are downloading that file, I'm so sure you did not say enable editing. I'm 100% sure you never said enable editing. Repeat again, just try one more time. Try one more time. Click inside. You can see we're going to click inside. Insert. Slicer. Oi. The strange things happen. So what then you will do? Oh, it's many of them. What could be the problem? It's many of them. Ngoja kidogo ya. Ebu enda ngoja kidogo. Great. Thank you for raising that. Ebu share tena. Ebu share tena. Thank you, Brian. I've also seen something there. Ebu clear column F tuone. Ebu tuone column F. Clear column F. Control minus. Now, put in this case here, go to column F back, go to column F, go to column F. Control Shift add. Again, Control Shift. No. You see your table is complete. Your table, you can even see like your column L. Look at your column L. You've put tables all over. So if I were you, I would even open this Excel sheet again. You put your tables all over. You have filters all over. There's something wrong with this. So you can even download that thing afresh again. Yeah, download it. So Willie, as he downloads it, are you able to share your screen? Because those tables, that's why you see I'm sending you very independent tables. Once you connect like so many tables onto one, then that thing will not, for that pivot to work, you must have a square table. So you can now see yours is like, I don't know whether we call it a rhombus or something. Great. So are you able to click inside the first table, the big, inside, and then you say insert. I don't know whether you are able to maximize. Yes. Slicer, yeah, you can see like yours is coming. So region, great, okay. Yeah, so then go to the columns up there first. Are you able to see the columns near the slicer huko juu kabisa? Yeah, increase the number of columns, hit until you see 4. Yeah, great. Now, please size it up. You can make it bigger. Yeah, like there, just pull it like that. And then the breadth is too big, please reduce it. That's okay. Just now carry it and put it on top of that other bigger table. You carry it like that. Thank you so much. And show it's fitting. It's still a bit bigger. It's a bit bigger. No. You know, those tables are independent. It should be on one table, that table that you've used to create. Willie, you are so good. Willie, thank you so much. Bye. Willie, bye-bye. Then we have a lady who wants to share her screen called Lorraine, which is very good. Willie, thank you very much. You can now drop sharing the screen. Yes, Lorraine, are you able to share now? We see. Same problem. You can see now she has, done a table and connected with your teletables. You have to download your table afresh and ensure that you create a table properly. You must create a table properly. So please stop sharing, download your table afresh. We look at it after you've downloaded. Have you been able to do that yourself, Eric? Don't insert that. Once you download, that is my work now. Once you download, reshare. Just go to the email that you had sent the link and then you share. Yeah. Now please click inside. Now create a table. You can go to insert. You can go to insert. Yeah. And then there is a table down there. There is a table. And insert, there is a table. You haven't yet, and insert, there is a table. Not pivot, the other one. The next one. Yes. Or use Control T, isn't it? Yeah, whichever. Yeah. Sasa kila kitu itakuwa sawa. Now click inside. Or you, okay. I thought you can do later. Click inside, and we're inside. All right. Now say insert. All right. Now put a slicer. All right. Now region. Eric, I think I've assisted you. Now you can do the sizing and everything. Eric, thank you very much. Bye. I have a class at 10 p.m., which I would want to, take a break. You know, I've been here from 7. I've been teaching here from 7. I want to take a little break. Lorraine, now you are the one now I'm waiting for. But if you've been able to learn from what Eric has done. So next time, Eric, remember you must click inside. If I were you, I would even dance a little bit. Click inside the table, click inside the table. When I'm creating a table, click inside the table. When I'm creating pivot, click inside the table. Yeah. Great. Now here we are. Now click inside the table. Click inside the table. Then you create Control T, Control T, Control T. Okay. Great. Now you have everything there. Now click again inside the table. You must always click inside the table. Now go to insert. Then now you should be able to see where we have the slicer. Oi. What do you think in this case you have a problem with this? Because now the table was really done very well. If I may ask you, don't mind, Lorraine, which Excel are you using? Are you using 2021? Are you using 2021, Lorraine? Because it must be 2021 or Office 365. If you don't have the 2021 or Office 365, then somebody will be able to assist you. Then this. Let's repeat a little bit. Let's click inside. So first of all, delete that one. Remove that one. Remove it. Click inside the table. Cancel. I have headers. Insert. You seem to be good. I think that there must be a problem. I don't know. I can't be able to see it right now. I've been on this machine for the last 3 hours or so, actually more. Was also had a 6 p.m. class. Creating a row at the top. Catherine, if you don't mind, Please allow me to address that in my tomorrow's class. Is that okay? So Lorena, I could not help you today. I'm sorry. We shall overcome. So do you allow Mwalimu to disappear when he hasn't answered all the questions? Thank you, bye.